It's been a long time since I did a video, so I thought since we've been here 6 months yesterday that I would do a video update and tell you what's been going on. Trying to write this in a blog or in Facebook posts is just taking far too long. There's just so much information and it's hard to even know where to start or how to keep up. And plus on Facebook I have been blocked yet again. 6 days this time for saying that I hate motorbikes. You know, gee, what a life-threatening thing to say on social media, honestly. Anyway, so then I started a new profile, and my new profile got blocked for no reason, no warning, also no indication of when it's going to get unblocked. So I'm just off Facebook altogether at this point in time and doing updates from Buffy's Facebook page because I love updating our little Big Tree Farm page now. So I have also been told to do an Instagram page, which I started to do today, but it is such a mission. First of all, I have no idea how Instagram works, so I'm just completely winging it, and then I've got to go back an entire year and try and catch up the storyline, you know, for all the posts that we've done on Facebook, and we've documented our entire journey. And now to do it again from scratch is taking a hell of a long time because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of photographs, and trying to decide which ones to choose from is another mission. So I mean, it's taken me the whole day today, and I only got up to, I think, June, so there's still some time to go. So, wrap up of the last 6 months. Let's start with when we moved in. Winter here was freezing. That caught us completely off guard. I have never been so cold in my entire life. I thought it would be wonderful and warm here, and I was telling the pets how you're never going to get cold again because we always used to freeze in Midrand. I have honestly never been so cold as what I was here on the farm in July and August and summer September. It was insane. So we are moving heaven and earth to not have a repeat of that next year. Then the next thing that caught us off guard was the winds. So the winds here, when they started hitting us in September, August and October and whatnot, have been absolutely insane. Insane. Like, I don't know how any of the plants are even standing, and it's surprising that there are any trees on this farm with the amount of wind that is in here, you know. So all my plants that I've bought and whatnot, and I've, you know, been tackling nurseries and stuff like that. So there's plants all over the show. You can see some. So here's just a few of them lying around that I have got to get in the ground. And there's 2 rows of them. They come on this side as well. And then underneath my feet here. And then there's also some more behind me here and down the passage there. And yeah, there's plants everywhere. But I've got to figure out how to protect them from the wind, you know. I don't really know. I suppose you've got to get the trees in, but how do you protect the poor trees from the wind at the same time? And then the other thing that we could never have predicted was the lightning. The electrical storms here are the most insane I have ever experienced. The poor animals, we have to, you know, like make special cat houses or cat enclosures too, so the poor cats can just get away from the lightning, especially Lemonade. She hates it. Lemonade and Waffles don't like that kind of thing. The others are sort of okay with it, but those two just freak out completely. So we've got to, you know, and of course our house is all glass, so there is no escape and no hiding from this lightning. And you know, especially when it starts at 2 o'clock in the morning, then it becomes like a disco inside the bedroom, and it wakes you up because there's no curtains. So as much as we didn't want to get curtains, we are going to have to do that, because we're just never going to be able to sleep otherwise. And it hasn't stopped, you know, and it's summer now, and there's still months of summer left. So yes. Weather here certainly has been something to learn to cope with and to adapt to. We've had loads of rain, thankfully. I'm very, very grateful about that. We have had, let me have a look. Okay, we had 421 mils since we moved here, and it started in September. So over 4 months we had 421 mils. We had 281 in December, which was amazing, amazing, amazing. Very happy about that rain. What else? Things that we didn't expect. I thought by now I would be super skinny and super fit because, you know, we're working so hard and I'm going to be all svelte and sexy. And all that happened was I must have put on at least 10 kilograms since we moved here. And I cannot explain that, except maybe I can explain it because we have a lot of biscuits and rusks and whatever in the morning, and then we go out for dinners, and we have awesome braais with the neighbors, and we're making breads and going to markets where there's all these fantastic yummy things, and maybe I'm not working quite as hard on the farm as what I should have been, and so yeah. Wasn't quite part of the plan to go up the scale, not down the damn scale, but anyway. You know, I'm gonna just call it building up reserves for winter. Let me think, what else? Oh yes, hair and makeup, nails and feet. So on the feet front, because my feet were a hot wreck this first few months, they cracked and went to hell. I didn't think they would ever come right, but they have come right beautifully actually. I actually have even managed to get some nails back, and I know this is a girl thing, I know it's really stupid, but you know, coming from the city and everything is always polished and perfect and soft and pretty and painted and, you know, plucked and powdered and all that type of thing. So out here, that's there is no time for that and no inclination. It's too hot, too dry, too dusty, too dirty, too. Anyway, feet, hands, feet and nails are okay. Hair, yeah, absolute disaster area. The water filtration system isn't done yet. The water is very hard and it is playing havoc on my hair. It has turned to straw completely. I look like some sort of weird ass broom, and so my goal for 2022 is just to have one good hair day on the farm. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but hey, you know, we can live in hope. Small goals, you know. What else? Yeah, and then the more we clean, and by clean I mean cutting grass, cleaning the house, sweeping the front yard, cleaning out the braai area, doing this over and over again, the messier it seems to look. Somehow or another, this place is always a gigantic mess. Somehow there is paper all over the show, there is stuff all over the show, there are tools and garden tools and house tools and buckets and pieces of plastic and wood, and there's just crap lying everywhere, and it's like some sort of weird science experiment. I don't understand how that happens. We can't even blame it on anybody. We can only blame it on ourselves. There's only two of us here, and these things that keep flying in your face and in your eyes and nibbling on you all bloody day long, yeah, that doesn't stop either. But yeah, just from a, you know, keeping the farm clean perspective, that is really not easy. But I think, you know, also maybe because we're still we are actually still a construction site. We're only 70% of the way there. And we don't have all the outhouses and things like that to store stuff properly yet anywhere, you know, so stuff is lying everywhere. It just looks so bloody messy though, you know, and it kind of gets a bit depressing sometimes when you walk out the house and you're like, oh, come on, can't it just be neat and tidy and pretty just for once, you know? And I know just whining. You know, we've only been here 6 months, and you know, I've got to give it a lot more time than that. There's a lot to do, there's a lot going on here. It's a big property, you know, so I've got to give it a bit of extra time. But it is just a little bit annoying sometimes where, you know, it's just long grass and then dust and then leaves and then cat hair and dog hair and then long grass and rain and mud, and it's just like this vicious cycle of bloody mess all the time. And then, yeah, so then the garden planning things. So, you know, the swales all went in, and some of the swales are working, some of them aren't, they're not filling. And I'm kind of, even though I was so hell-bent determined to get them in, they are in. I think I've got 8 or 9 of them in. I don't know that I'm going to keep all of them. I actually am considering filling them, some of them back in again, because I don't really know if they're going to serve the purpose that I want them to serve. I think they're a little bit close together for what I want to do out here, you know. We want to have a really large outdoor entertainment area. So I'm going to flip this camera quickly. Let me put this down. We want to do that out here. You can see the temporary gazebo that Buffy put up over Christmas that the bloody wind blew back down again. So behind here, I mean, there's supposed to be 2 swells behind there, which means we won't have space to build out here properly. So I'm thinking I might not actually use those right now at all. I might just push them, put all their stuff back in again. You can see there's stuff like lying around there as well, stuff lying around here. Just going to give it a little whirl around here. You know, so I'm just sitting right outside the house on my favorite little chair to sit. Yeah, so, you know, and then with the rest of the garden planning then, I mean, I got one official bed in now, you know, in 6 months, and it's not me, you know, I'm an avid gardener and I'm fairly good at it. So it's, you know, it's frustrating me that it's going so slowly, and I think I'm kind of like frozen by too much choice. So I'm scared of making a mistake, so I don't do anything, which is really dumb, you know. You should actually just take some action, and then if you screw it up, fix it. It's not a big deal. Speaking of which, the grey water systems that nearly drove us crazy. It's still not right. I think we're going to have to revisit it. I don't know, something is just off with that thing somehow. It's not... I can smell the water there sometimes. I think the water's moving through it too fast, you know. So I'll have to get hold of some of these pond/permaculture people and just see what they have to say about it, because I don't think we've done it 100% correct. But anyway, it's in, and we'll just have to see how it pans out. We must still redo pond 4, but we just haven't had the bloody energy for that yet, because it's such a mission to dig the thing up. And now we're going to wait for Eddie to come back. Not Eddie, Dickie. Sorry, Dickie. Yeah. The fall Yarpie adventures continue. Was working perfectly fine, then it wasn't. Was working fine the whole week. Yesterday it stopped again. Now there might be some sort of spark plug issue or something to that effect. It's driving Buffy crazy. Now he says he wants a, what's this machine called? Some sort of tractor thing. Kubota. Is that right? A Kubota? Yeah, so he's going to manifest himself a Kubota now. Okay, you go do that. That's a hardware department. A hardware department issue, not mine. The drama in the neighborhood has stopped. Well, it has stopped for us anyway. We left all the Facebook groups, not Facebook groups, we left all the WhatsApp groups, and we just bowed out of all of the politics and all of the bullshit, and life has been a pleasure since then. Absolute pleasure. And in fact, there has been one incident of excessive music in months. I mean, I can't even remember when the last one was, and that's including this week. You know, there wasn't even women noise this week, and it was Christmas and New Year. You know, we were expecting to at least hear something out in the neighborhood, but we heard nothing, which was really, really lovely, you know. So I'm very happy to report that peace has prevailed. I believe there is still some drama going around on the groups, whatever, and then people, you know, fighting about whatever they were fighting about, and quite frankly, they can have it. I can't. We're not interested in that bullshit, and you know, life is too short. We had to create magic, not to, you know, bow down to nonsense like that. So no, yes, life is lovely now and peaceful and quiet, and it's just wonderful. The bush is beautiful. It's so green because of all of the rain. The bird life is wonderful. We're on 42 species of birds so far, which is lovely. Including some owls even, and some raptors, so that's really, really great. And we are going to be putting in a pond soon, so that will attract some more wildlife. We have a resident daycare, and we're hoping to just somewhere attract all the resident daycares in the whole area. Mozzies. Yeah, and you know, summer, so the mosquitoes are out in force, and especially, you know, with all this rain that we've been having, there's just water lying everywhere, so they're just breeding and having a field day and feasting on everything that sort of moves. Ticks, my count of ticks so far has been 15 since we moved here, so that's not bad. Buffy's, I think, had 1 or 2. I don't know, I must have happy tick and mosquito blood because they love me. So yeah, they literally walk off the dogs on the bed while the dogs are lying with me on the bed. They will walk off the dogs, walk across the bed, and come and crawl onto me. Like, what is that? What is that? Do you think I can't see you? Get off. Oh yeah, I know. So I'm not a chick magnet, I'm a tick magnet. Yes, and apart from that, been having lovely conversations with our fellow homesteaders, which has been such a pleasure. It's so lovely to compare notes with people that are doing the same thing that we are, and they're so supportive and so helpful, and you all know who you are, and really we couldn't be doing it without you. It's been really, really wonderful. Thank you. And to all of our friends and supporters and family who come and visit and post on Facebook to say how great we're doing and to give us so much encouragement and all the presents that everybody buys us. You guys are amazing, and you make it so worthwhile, and you make it such a pleasure to post for and to keep up the news stories with. And you are welcome here anytime. We hope it will be an ongoing place of sanctuary and peace and calm and tranquility for you to come and visit at any time. Anyway, I think that's me, hey? I need to go and take care of the man. I just had a couple of days in bed with a cold and managed to pass it on to Buffy. So, you know, man flu is like a whole different ball game to just normal flu. So I have to go and help the boy out. But he took very good care of me for the last few days, so I think it's only fair. Anyway, have a lucky week, and then I will be in touch soon.